Welcome to another episode of Evolve the Earth Talkshow podcast, where we connect with voices shaping culture, community, and change. Today, we're honored to have a true legend behind the mic, DJ Hammerin Hank. How are you doing today, sir?
Extremely good, buddy.
How did you get into radio?
Well, my dream actually started in the mid-70s where I tore the antennas off the radios that we owned, pretending it was microphones, and pretending to be a radio DJ. I started my radio career in 1992 at Chabot college radio station KCRH, which was then branded as Hit Mix 790 under the direction of the late Rick Strauss. I was an on-air personality and also the station's public service director.
That is really cool. So how was that experience when you started there?
It was very good. I got to contact nonprofit organizations and to gain PSAs for the radio station.
What other stations have you been part of? Because I know you've been part of other stuff as well.
I was at Wild 849. I started there. Actually was Wild 107 with Mancow back in the early 90s. It was 1994. I went by the name DJ Special Ed, but I didn't like it that much, so I changed my name to Hammerin Hank.
Tell me about your show at KYLD.
I had a show called the Hammerin Hank Show way back in 1997 to 2001. I was told to play whatever was on the playlist.
Days? Like what days were
It
you
was on Sundays from 4 to 7 p.m. right before the Sunday Night Oldie Show of Javier the X-Man.
What did you learn from doing those, working at those times?
Well, I got to interact with people. I had someone else running my boards. And also, which I learned to board myself.
What kind of music did you play?
Rhythmic Top 40 station back then.
Rhythmic Top 40 station?
But now I need to find a pop station.
How did your time at KYLD end?
I was let go in August of 2008 by then promotions director Mark Apple, who was a brat. He wanted to get rid of me, but he said it was for missing his important station event like the Comedy Jam. I didn't want to work there because I had a TV show called the Hammerin Hank Music Video Show, which was on Comcast Cable Channel 27 Fremont and Channel 29. And
during that time when it ended, like how was, like, what were you going through? Like, were you like, oh, I got to figure another thing out, or what was your?
Yes, I had to figure another thing out.
Did you have a plan after that?
Yes. To stay in radio.
Okay, and what did you do right after that?
I kept sending radio stations resumes, CDs, MP3s, but none of them were interested because probably I have autism.
Who did you get to work with there, and what did you learn?
I was on the Doghouse Morning Show of JV, Elvis, Hollywood, Big Joe, Rachel, Ruthie, Graham, who currently co-hosts a morning show on 849.
Did you learn anything from those guys?
Yes, I learned how to be a better person.
What challenges have you had to overcome in your career?
I had to overcome autism way back when. In the 80s, I was in a group home for juvenile delinquents. I hated it. One of the lowlights of my stay in the group home, one of the residents beat me up, and another lowlight is somebody urinated in my iced tea. That was on a camping trip back in 1984.
Oh man, that's horrible, man. So all that stuff, just kind of, those are some of the challenges as you were coming up and doing your thing. Is any other experience aside those ones that you had in the radio?
I was a part of the Wild 849 Party Crew Street Promotions team. I got to go on the street at Wild 849 Promotions, meet people, hand out an assortment of fabulous and exciting prizes, and I also did some Wild 849 bomb concerts, which for the most part I loved very much. Interacting with the listeners, dancing in the aisles with lovely ladies, etc. Did
you meet anybody cool?
Angelina, 112, a lighter shade of brown.
How has radio changed over the years?
You know, companies that buying up radio stations, technology. You know, my friend Drina was recently let go from Wild 849 after several years.
Right. So as the technology changes, is there anything that you utilize now or that you didn't use before, or like as of equipment or programs or stuff?
I'm learning how to use Nextcast, which is an automation program at a station that recently hired me, Hot 97.7, which is an internet-only radio station from Fresno, California.
What are your top 3 highlights in your whole radio experience so far?
My top 3 radio highlights are the Ultimate Survivor game, which was a radio contest set up by the Doghouse. You had to be in the studio nonstop until Friday or until you get voted out.
Oh, wow.
But I dropped out because I got sick.
And that was one. Do you have any two other ones?
My first concert I ever attended was Wild World 7, Bomb Ducey.
Okay.
Way back in 1997.
Right.
I loved it. And the third one, I think, gave my own radio show at Wild 94.9.
Why?
I love talking to people, playing music, and also going out on the streets.
Now I want to get into your podcast. What is the name of your podcast and what is it about?
The Hammerin Hank Show.
Okay.
It's on Spotify. My buddy Ryan Hoppy co-hosted with me. We talk about a lot of topics. And then I'm a part of the nationally syndicated Woody Show. With Woody, I am on at least once a month doing Woody's Crossfire.
That is so cool. So back to the other podcast, the one with Ryan. How did you meet him, and how did you get connected to do that podcast?
Well, I was a guest on the Hoppy of Ryan Hoppy a year ago. He loved me so much that he decided to launch my podcast called The Hammerin Hank Show, which is available now on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast.
Check them out as well. Now you said there was the other one called The Woody Show that you're on once a month. How did you get connected doing that?
My buddy Menace, who was part of the Doghouse way back in the early 2000s, invited me on the show to do Crossfire.
Okay.
The Crossfire segment involves all the members of the Woody Show. Woody, Gregory, Menace, and the like. We discuss topics that are in the news lately. On my dreams, like means being a carpenter.
Who is Half-Baked? I heard you have beef.
I have beef half-baked, but not anymore.
What is this about?
We started this when I was at 194.9 when I was in the Doghouse.
Okay.
But it was just an act.
Can you take me into that experience? What was it about? What was the act?
We had major drama with them in the past, but now things are looking up.
No more beef.
No more beef.
What do you cover in your podcast?
We talked about a lot of different topics, from jokes, news, and also my ambitions for the future.
What ambitions do you have for the future?
I'm trying to get back into commercial radio, or at least at Hot 97.7, which is an internet-only radio station in Fresno. Recently, I attended an event called the Serious Music Festival, which is extremely good. Although I didn't meet a lot of the artists, I met a lot of the listeners who remember me back in my wild days.
Wow, how does that feel to run into all those people that knew you from back in the day?
Extremely good, buddy.
Radio or podcast? Because I know you're into radio so much, but now you're into podcasts. If you had a choice, what would you choose, radio or podcast?
I'll choose both because I love radio so much and podcasting so much. I want to grow my fan base a little more and also talk to the listeners a little more.
The difference between the podcast, right, and the radio. What do you see the difference within the podcast and the radio? What is the
radio
difference
you get to listen to at home, and also podcasts. Podcast is mainly internet. Radio is terrestrial.
And production-wise, do you see it the same way as producing?
Yes, it's the same.
It's the same method. Okay. What about your work at Chabot College?
I currently host a show at KCRH 89.9 FM called the Hammerin Hank Radio Show, which is aired every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to noon. I get to play whatever I want, which is Sabrina the Carpenter, LMFAO, Peter Paul Mary, and even the Sandpipers, Guantanamera. You can listen to my show on 89.9 FM in Hayward, or you can go to our website, kcrhradio.com.
What would your ideal radio show be?
My ideal radio show is play a lot of music, interacting with listeners, and also heading out on the streets promoting the station.
What's your living situation now?
I live with my dad and my sister Smurfette. I do chores. I do a lot of monitoring radio stations and also on the computer a lot. And I also attend CV First Church in Casper every Sunday. We're currently in the book of Hebrews.
Okay.
I have a lot of buddies who attend the church regularly.
Nice.
Like Mark Birkin, Pastor John, Ben Atkinson.
Okay.
And also Sonder Blank.
Do you want to shout anybody else out?
I gotta give a shout out to all the people who I met in my radio career. J.V. Ellis, Big Joe, Rachel, Selena, Graham, Sandra Pena, who started out as an intern at the age of 17. Too many to name right now.
Too many to name, but those ones right there are just as important.
Yep.
Who is your favorite person that you have met?
Definitely Baby Bash.
Baby Bash. How was that experience?
I did an interview with him on the JV show back in 2009.
No way.
He brought me back on the show a few times.
How did that go? How did that interview go?
It was very, 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 very good.
Did you learn anything from that interview?
Yes.
And what did you learn?
I learned how to appreciate Latin hip-hop music more.
You have TV experience. Tell me more.
Yes, I host a music video show on Comcast Cable, Channel 27 in Newark and Channel 29 in Fremont, called the Hammerin Hank Music Video Show.
What?
My buddies, Lucky Eagle and Menace hooked me up with that. I got to play a lot of music videos ranging from hip-hop, pop, even heavy metal.
Any top memories there when you were doing your own show? Like, that was really cool?
Yes, I got to do TV for the first time.
Oh, that was your TV for the first time. And how did you like it?
I loved it.
Oh,
I wish I did it, but the show was unfortunately canceled back in 2009 because Comcast didn't need to do the local origination shows anymore.
What is your favorite music video?
I don't watch music videos.
You don't watch music videos?
Not in a long time. But if I did, it would probably be Sabrina Carpenter's Man-Child.
What about the favorite that you played on your TV show?
Yes, I love that song, Michelle Branch, All You Wanted, because it was a big hit record back in 2002. I love playing the videos.
You love playing the videos. Would you see yourself doing it again?
Yes, I would.
What have you not done yet that you would love to achieve?
I'd like to become a music director, program director, or promotion director at major market radio stations like 108.9.
Okay.
I also worked at KCRH.
Oh, yeah. How's
Which is a radio station in Fremont. It was okay.
And what are you doing over there?
I did play music, and during my third stint there, I was the public service director.
Okay.
Soliciting PSAs and going on PSA websites to gobble some PSAs for on-air use.
That's really cool.
And I also did a brief stint at then Q102. I voiced and written PSAs for on-air use.
Is that all the other stations you worked with, or is there any other ones? Or
like I said earlier, I started working at the internet radio station Hot 97.7 in Fresno.
But you also been doing those baseball games, right? You're singing the national anthem.
I sang the national anthem at the Modesto Nets game twice, and I loved it. The crowd loved it, and I hope to do it at a Warriors game later this season.
A message to the world, what would it be?
Be nice and kinder to people. Treat them as individuals, and try to encourage them to do what they want to do.
How can the people contact you?
You can reach out to me on my Instagram at DJ Hammerin Hank. I'll hook you up with the friendship.
You are tuned into Evolve the Earth Talk Show podcast. Like, follow, and subscribe on all platforms at ETE Talk Show. Leave a comment about any subjects you would like us to discuss or questions we can answer during our show. Shout out to all the mass communication students that participated in this episode's production. Thank you, world. Your time is highly appreciated. I'm Allan Samson. See you all on the next show.
Peace in your hood.
Peace in your hood.